Welcome back to Comical Opinions, where we read them first to save you time and money. I'm not sure about that catchphrase. We'll see if it sticks. This is a review of Humbaba #1 from Blood Moon Comics. And in this issue, we have a bayou hunter by the name of Gil hunting a famous local deer named Humbaba. But when he gets the gift of a special bait from an old woman who turns out to be a witch, the bait turns Humbaba into a mutated monster. But before we start, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notification. Your thumbs up helps keep us going, and we much appreciate it. So let's get into it. The issue, Humbaba #1 from Blood Moon, is written, drawn, lettered, and everything else in between by Ricky Sykes, which is easy to remember. So that's fantastic. Well, the issue or the story centers around uh, a hunter by the name of Gil, who is in Lafayette, Louisiana. And when Gil tries to hunt down the famous local legend of a deer by the name of Humbaba, he's constantly stymied. The deer keeps getting away. Nothing he does works out for him. One night, while he's trying to drink his sorrows away at the local watering hole, he meets an old woman who says that she has just the trick to help Gil catch the famous Humbaba, and it's the gift of a bag of special corn that only she knows how to prepare. When Gil goes out to sit in his roost and hunt down Humbaba by laying out the special corn that the old woman has given him, it attracts the deer just like he wanted to. But after Humbaba eats the corn, it morphs and mutates by absorbing all the bugs and creatures and anything else in the surrounding area into Humbaba and turns him into a sort of uh, mutated type of multifaceted monster with limbs and horns and tails and all kinds of appendages, and it sends him on a rampage. Gil does everything he can to try and hunt the monster down, but not before Humbaba, the deer monster, now takes more than one life and threatens to destroy anyone who lives in the bayou area. So, what do we think of Humbaba #1 from Blood Moon Comics? Overall, not bad. There's a certain. This is definitely a horror story. It's definitely a horror story with interesting bits of gore to it. So this is not for kiddies. Just want to let you know up front. This is not a safe for work or safe for children type of issue. Uh, Sykes infuses the story with a fair bit of horror that you might find in sort of B movie monsters in the swamp type of stories, but there's also a little bit of personality and even a little bit of wit. It's not jokey. It doesn't delve into too much slapstick shenanigans. Or the when the monster attacks, it is definitely vicious. It's definitely brutal, and lives are lost in horrific ways. So this is not a funny comic, but there's a little bit of a wit and a little bit of a charm to Gil's personality and also to the way that people die. It's so over the top. It's almost funny, but it's not quite. So overall, this was an entertaining read. And the cliffhanger was strong. Something happens to Gil that we won't spoil here, but it definitely leads to an intriguing cliffhanger that comes out of nowhere that you're never going to guess, and makes it very interesting to see where this series heads next. What did we like about the writing? Well, there's two pieces that we didn't quite like. I'll talk about the writing first, and then I'll talk about the art. What did we like about the writing in the story? The narration gets a bit wordy. It's very much the narration very much is about Gil sort of expressing his thoughts out loud, and the narration boxes are kind of hefty. Some of it is interesting information that you need for the story. A lot of it is not. It's just him expressing his feelings. So it would have been nice if those feelings were more expressed through the art, or instead of reading these very large narration boxes in some places. It gets the point across, but it's a little too wordy. It's a little too much. Now, as far as the art goes, it's very Ricky Sykes' style is very unique. It's kind of watercolorish and a little bit cartoonish or I should not cartoonish. I would say caricaturish. So there's a little bit of exaggeration in the character anatomies, and it's kind of that lends itself to a little bit of the humor as far as what we some of the wit and some of the charm that's coming across in the story. Where that falls short, especially in the art, is in the look of the monster. You can definitely tell it's a monster. You can definitely tell it's kind of a weird amalgam of different body parts from different people and animals, which is interesting, but it you lose some of the details. So you're even when you're looking at it directly on in a clear panel, you're not quite sure what you're looking at here. Is it supposed to be one long arm that's made up out of tapeworms? Is that supposed to be a scorpion tail? You see bits and pieces, but the bits and pieces are a little bit too nebulous and a little bit too loose in the details. So you kind of lose track of what the monster is supposed to be and how it's supposed to have come together. It's definitely horrific. It's just sort of horrific and but a bit blobby at the same time. So you're not quite sure what you're looking at or where it's most. So it would help to have a little bit more detail to understand what's happening with that monster. So, final thoughts on Humbaba number one from Blood Moon Comics. It's an interesting horror story. There's definitely personality. There's definitely some wit. There's definitely some charm. The overall read is both interesting, a bit exciting because the pacing is very good. There's lots of action and entertaining. There are some foibles in the both in the writing and the art, but they're minor by comparison. So overall, this was a positive read. Therefore, we're going to give Humbaba number one from Blood Moon Comics an 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this review. Before you leave, please like, share, comment, subscribe to Comical Opinions for more reviews and analysis every week. I'm Gabe Hernandez, your publisher in EIC. You have a great day.